Hello, so I figured I'd make another plant tour. It's been about 2 months since I did the last one, and a month ago I also did one, but I figured it wasn't really interesting enough, so now there's a lot of changes, as you may be able to tell. And some plants grew, some plants died, some plants are new, and some plants barely changed, so let me walk you through it. This is our first specimen, one of the ones that didn't really change much at all, but it's still doing well. It looks well. It's slowly but surely getting new leaves. I think if I would give it a little bit more light, it would probably grow faster. But I don't know. It's a good spot. It's like the only plant that I can put in this spot of the room. This is my other yucca. It could probably need a repot, but I think I'm gonna leave it in this pot for a while. As you can maybe see, if it's not too dark, it is growing. This is a little ivy I got recently. I killed like tons of ivy. I never had luck with it, but this one looks like it's growing. And I also had it. I only had it for, I don't know, like a week or something. So it looks like it likes this spot. My orchid that I had it for Christmas, but I was at my mom's place for a while. It's the first orchid I ever had, and it seems to be doing all right so far. It's nice to have something a bit more colorful than just green. My pothos in a little bit of a darker spot. It's not really growing right now, probably because it's so dark. I cut off the bottom and gave it to someone, and then I kind of regretted it afterwards because it doesn't look very nice like this, and it's also not seeming to grow. But I'll show you later. The one that is in my bathroom is thriving. This one has lost a leaf. This one has been struggling for like more than a month probably, but this one looks well, so I think it is established. It seems to be established. Also, I found out it's a syngonium, so I know what it is now. Not really any signs of growth yet, but I'm sure it will come. This is my, well, I put them here yesterday. This is my cemetery for now. We got some casualties. All of my fairy castle cactus died. I tried to like propagate it, and I also tried to separate these two, and I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I overwatered it. Like the trunk turned really like black and disgusting and like soft. This is my like ginseng ficus that I had at a friend's house, and I probably should have waited. Like it rotted. It also has like a disgusting soft trunk. I took a cutting, it died. I took a root cutting, it died, and this one also died. So, well, and I actually managed to like kind of kill this Dracaena. You can probably see the trunk is like dark brown now, but the leaves, like this part, still looks alright. So I think I will try to cut this off and propagate it. This one and this one. This one, it's lost cause. But yeah, I actually managed to kill this plant. It was on my desk, so it probably didn't get enough light. I thought it doesn't need much light, but it probably needed more than no light at all. My little philodendron. I just turned the ugly leaf. Oh, it just fell off. That is very handy. Well, no ugly leaves anymore. It seems to have a little tiny bud, probably not even visible. It looks like it's gonna grow new leaves at some point. My Calesia, it did flower. It actually took like probably almost a month more until it flowered. It's still in flower. But they used to smell really good. They don't really smell anymore. It actually flowered and then the flowers closed and they opened again, so it flowered twice. Yeah, awesome plant. The smell is really nice. It's really, I don't know how to describe it, really pleasant, flowery. Yeah, that's a poor description. This one I took a cutting, I cut off the top and tried to propagate it. It really did not like that at all. I'm still not sure what it is. I might put a clip in here. The roots were looking really weird, like orange and really like tubers. And I cut it off because it had like a bend that I didn't like. But yeah, it didn't really like that too much. Like, as you can see, there's no new growth at all. But yeah, we will see if this just stops growing or if it will recover at some point. Well, my pot of Calesia propagations, they've been growing like crazy, especially this one. This one has a really thick trunk now. The bottom, I think, is almost as thick as the mother plant, but they've all... Look at this one. It's been growing from the stem. This one looks really cool. This is the only one that I think didn't make it. But this was an experiment and it looked kind of ugly anyway. So it's not a bad loss. Yeah, but they've been loving it here. I think I should separate them soon so they don't start competing and killing each other. Probably give some of them away. Yeah, I planted some curcuma because I learned that you can actually just grow that in your house. I planted that yesterday, and I planted some date seeds here, which is an experiment. I don't know if store-bought dates with seed in them will do the trick or not, but we'll see. This is a camellia. I also, it was on discount, and I like the trunk. That's why I bought it. And I also cut off the top and tried to make cuttings, but they both died. And it has some swelling buds, but not really any growth yet. A Christmas cactus, just doing its thing, you know, slowly but surely. My Gollum jades are actually growing at quite a good rate. I don't know if you can see on the video, but they have some little tiny nubs everywhere. This is what I did to the jade plant I got from my mom. I'll probably put a clip in here as well. They've all, well, this one doesn't look like super healthy, but it has growth. This one does. And the third one up here, it also has some little tiny growth. So they're doing all right. Then I got some coffee plants, which are also separated. This one, it has been growing like a lot, but it is kind of droopy now. I don't know why. This is my other one, and there were a lot in there. One died and two more are not looking too well, but I got so many, it's fine. My Kalanchoe just doing its thing. This is one of the experimental yucca propagations, because it rooted at a really weird place, like around up here, like really high up in the trunk. So I planted it at like a weird angle. I don't know if it'll work, we'll see. This plant, I've been loving looking at it just every day. It's growing, and I also repotted this one, as you can see. And I don't know, it's growing at quite a good rate. There's a new leaf here, and I just love looking at it every day to see what has changed. My Adenium, this one still looks really bad, but the other ones, this one, the tiniest one, actually is getting, it has like 3 new tiny leaves, and this one is also getting a tiny new leaf. So I think it was just the move and the exposure to cold weather, like in March, I put them outside, because I moved with them, and I think they hated that. But they are all still alive, and they seem to be growing now, so that's very good. Oh yeah, and we also got this one that I still don't know what it is, but it is also growing a lot. I think it is probably due for a little upgrade now, I need to put it in a bigger pot soon, I think. Yeah, that was all of them that I have here. These look like they're dead. I'm not actually sure they're alive, but this is what they do when they go into dormancy. They look really crusty and weird, the Dioscorea elephantypes. But I know that this is what they do. They like kind of shed their leaves and then they go dormant for however long, we don't know, and then they just randomly pop back. They're really weird plants, and yeah, I'll just wait and see. Don't look very nice, but I just keep them here and I don't water them at all. Yeah, we'll see what happens. The cactus, all my cacti are still, well, not doing anything. This one, the little spider plant, has also been liking it in this pot. I don't know, there's a lot of roots yet, they're not coming out at the bottom. I don't know if I'll ever put it in a bigger pot. I kind of like a little plant. It's really cute in this little pot. This is the mother plant. I cut back the leaves because it was like kind of shedding out the other plants a little bit. It's not the best spot for it, I think. Maybe I'll put it like on this side. Ponytail palm, not really any changes. This one though, that totally made my day. Today I saw this little bud up here, which answers my question whether or not this plant is alive, because it didn't really do anything for like 6 months. And yeah, it's alive and it is growing, which is just awesome. So please ignore the mess on my desk. My ZZ still, well, it has some crusty leaves, but it's the only plant that can handle this spot right here. And it looks alright. Well, it looks okay. Maybe it is even, this leaf was actually crusty. I checked back on the old video and it was looking like this back then. Well, from this angle it looks more healthy. Then my Dracaena, I cut off one of the trunks and I propagated it and it seems to have taken. I put in a video here how I cut it off, and I also trimmed the roots on this one and I exposed them a little bit. And yeah, this is my remaining yucca. The last one, I actually have another propagation here. I'll go through that in a little bit. I planted lots of seeds from like fruit and vegetables, and none of them are growing. I think, I don't know, maybe they were all infertile. It's like lemons and pomegranates and bell peppers and chilies, but none of them are growing. I know that you can grow all of them inside, but yeah, I thought about switching the soil around, like, because also here nothing is growing. There's actually a seed here that this is the only little thing that's growing. I think I'll put it in an individual pot. These other ones are just, they're not dead, but they're not doing anything. This one is kind of growing a little bit, and all of the seeds, they're not doing anything. Well, I bought this chili plant because I was getting impatient with these just a couple days ago. I'll see little fruit. Well, this propagation station is giving me some trouble, you know? This one is the only one that, well, not the only one, the yucca as well, but none of the avocados are taking root. And well, this mango is kind of developing a root, but it's not really, it hasn't been doing much for like a week or something. And yeah, these are, we'll see. I don't know why it doesn't work, but yeah, this one has a big root and 3 little buds developing, and I could definitely pot it right now, but I think I'll just keep it in water for a little bit longer to see what happens. And I'll just show you the plants outside of my room. Yeah, these are the little dead camellia cuttings. That, well, I think now they're actually like completely dead. I still had like a little bit of hope, but well, this is the Dracaena. It doesn't lift out of the pot, so I think it has roots. And this is my big yucca that, I don't know if it's visible, but it does have some little swelling buds, so it's probably gonna develop leaves soon, which is really nice.